Hey everyone, welcome to Plants and Politics. So I recently shared with you that Trump conspiracy theorist attorney Lynn Wood is being sued by his former law partners. They are Nicole Wade, Jonathan Grunberg, and Taylor Wilson. The three allege that Wood fraudulently induced them into signing a deal and then refused to pay them the agreed amount. That's what I've reported on previously. Also, the fact that they claim that they severed their relationship with him at the end of 2019 and going into the beginning of 2020 because he threatened them, he became verbally and physically abusive with them, and he also, according to these people and what I'm going to share with you, has a God complex, like a literal God complex, where he has referred to himself as the possible second coming of Christ. And those partners, as I referenced earlier, actually recorded Wood admitting to pushing one of them, making an anti-Semitic remark, and other insane things. They even have Wood's Jesus Christ statements recorded as well. And those recordings have now been made public due to recent legal filings. So if you'd like to listen to those recordings, you can find them on the podcast called Objections with Adam Classfield. Before you run off to listen to them, though, I have some more incredible news to share with you about Lynn Wood. In addition to his legal troubles with these former partners and the threats of legal action made against him by Dominion Voting Systems for his alleged defamatory statements about their company, he's now in jeopardy of losing his license to practice law. So according to Wood himself, the Georgia State Bar is requiring that he submit to a mental health examination if he wants to retain his law license. Wood posted the following on social media, quote, "My mind is sound. I have broken no rules. I asked what I had done wrong. I was only told it was about my social media comments, my speech." So this appears to be in regard to his recent Twitter rants, some of which got him kicked off of Twitter. He had said that Vice President Mike Pence should face a firing squad for treasonous behavior, for simply certifying the vote count, doing his job. He also had tweeted about well-known pedophile Jeffrey Epstein and claimed that Epstein was still alive. He also insinuated that Supreme Court Justice John Roberts was a pedophile who was somehow involved with Epstein, that he adopted two children and that was somehow related to Epstein and perhaps had murdered people. I mean, just crazy stuff. And then Wood also indicated in his social media post that his family may also be urging him to seek help, or they may be concerned about his mental health. He said he was going to pray all night to determine if he should fight the bar's demand. And he said, quote, "These attacks, including those by my own family." So, if you go back and you look at comments made by people who have known him for a while, it sounds like his behavior has drastically changed. And it led me to wonder, as a health coach, I'm always wondering about underlying medical conditions, and what appears to be something on the surface is very often something else when you get to the root cause. Now, I'm not a doctor, but I can give you an example. I attended an event several years back, and one of the keynote speakers was Dr. Daniel Amen. He's a psychiatrist and a brain disorder specialist in Southern California, and he uses a special type of imaging to determine if patients' mental health issues stem from some sort of physical impairment. Because as he put it, psychiatrists are the only medical profession that don't look at the part of the body they're treating. So in the lecture he gave, he talked about a young boy who started to exhibit aggressive and even violent behavior out of nowhere. He was attacking his classmates. This was a little boy, if I remember correctly. I believe he was in elementary school. I believe he was only like 9 or 10 years old. The parents were completely at a loss. The boy was going to be kicked out of school, and Dr. Amen was luckily able to scan him and determine that he had developed a mass in his brain. So it was placing pressure on an area of his brain that was causing his behavior. So once he was treated for the mass, he returned to his happy, normal self. And he, at the end of the story, said this actually was a family member. I believe it was his nephew. So luckily, his family had that knowledge, had someone in the family, and they knew about this, and they could have him tested. Otherwise, they would have just put him on medication, and it could have actually made things worse. The underlying health condition would have gone undiagnosed and treated. It could have been a horrific situation. So I'm not saying that's what's going on with Linwood, because again, I'm not a doctor, but if someone knows his family out there, maybe talk to them, see what they know. I can also speak from my own personal experience with family members that when people start to develop dementia and Alzheimer's, it can cause mood swings, more aggressive behavior. They become very short-tempered. So I don't know. Again, I'm not a doctor. Something I'm just throwing out there as an idea and based on my own personal experience. But I don't agree with the guy, but I hope he's okay. All right, guys. As always, like, share, subscribe. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Take care, and I'll talk with you soon.